Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Tine and today I'm here with you for another yarn talk video. And as always, we cannot talk yarn without me having my faithful mug of tea. And today this tea is a lovely loose tea blend that I got from one of our local tea stores. And it is the tea named Droomvlucht. Droomvlucht translates into dream flight. It is black tea with a flavor of saffron, sunflower petals, cornflower petals, and strawberry leaves. Actually, I just for the fun of it, I took it with me here to the table just to see how much you could actually maybe see here. It's not super visible on the camera, but it is a lovely, lovely tea. It's slightly ever so sweet with a hint of saffron. Yes, it's definitely a dream tea in the sense of. As you can see, I finished my Oasis cardigan. Well, I finished the second sleeve, and the real question is the cardigan as it is here right now enough for me? Or do I want to add the front panels as in the pattern? There are two sort of front panels that could extend the front of the cardigan. I'm somewhat undecided on that. I have two full sleeves here, slightly shortened up, but if I pull a little bit on the sleeves, they are perfect length. I will stand up in just a second for you to actually see how this fits on me. And while I was crocheting, I was in doubt if I had enough yarn to actually finish. And this is the amount of yarn I had left on the skein. Like, wow. Except for that, I do have a little bit more yarn left from another old unravel from the very beginning. So I do have 3 small balls here as well of yarn left. But it's not even close to a whole skein what I have in total. So if I want to extend the panels forward to have some more there, then I will have to buy new yarn. How horrible, huh? Shop new yarn. It's a good excuse though to shop new yarns, definitely. Right now I have 0 excuse for shopping new yarns. This could be one excuse to shop new yarns. That's kind of okay. Undecided. So what I wanted was actually to think I would like to maybe wear this for a bit and then see if I really want the extra piece or not. And if I do, then I will have a look. I know this yarn I used, which is the Drops Baby Merino. It goes on sale once every 3 to 4 months. And then you can save about 30% of the yarn. So if I need to buy new yarn, I will definitely wait for a sale. And then that is when I will buy the yarn and see what else. So that's kind of the goal in any case. It's been an absolutely lovely yarn to work with. It is 100% superwash Baby Merino. It is soft, very, very friendly. I don't even have any, this is my bare skin, which is under here. And I do not have any issues that it's scratching. And I am definitely a sensitive person when it comes to wool. It needs to be non-scratch, else I will not wear it on me unless that I have a layer of like a basic t-shirt underneath or the like. To kind of protect my skin against any possible scratching. That said, I am going to get up and I'm going to give you the little tour of this, and I will warn you in advance because I still have a few stitch markers here and there sitting. I did not remove them yet because I haven't really 100% decided if I'll proceed and what not with adding the front panels. A part of it is also due to the fact that the last week here in the Netherlands has been really warm. So I've not really had the intent or the desire to wear something wool. Because I wouldn't say we have a heat wave, but it's definitely getting summer here, and then it's a little bit warm. And actually right now I do feel slightly ever so warm, even though today, this morning, it's ever so slightly chiller than normal here. But yeah, I'm going to get up and I am going to give you the tour of this absolutely gorgeous. And I'm probably better if I just turn the chair a little bit to the side. As you can see, this is kind of how we're looking towards the back, and yes, you can see the hole. I do really like the flare you get here. I definitely do. That's where we are. I'm pretty pleased with how we are here. But the only thing I am thinking is maybe I need something here, because right now it's really abrupt to the back and it seems a little bit cropped. At the same time, when I'm looking at the side, it's not too bad. So I don't know if I really should add some extra front piece here to kind of gain a bit of momentum. On the other hand, if I do like this and maybe add a shawl pin here, it's not too bad either. Feel free to give me feedback. I'll absolutely love to hear it. What is I am going to take off this one for the rest of this video because it's warm. Like, I'm not right now having such cold time that I really need to keep warm with the help of this cardigan. Let me know what you think. Do you think I should just test out and see if I'm happy with it? Or should I look into maybe getting a pair of extra balls of yarn to see, okay, I can add the front panels and that might actually just give a little bit extra. The panels are in the pattern. I just don't have the yarns to do it. And I even bought extra yarns, but it's fair to say that I made the back piece wider. And I also increased the size for the sleeves so that they are more wide. And I did that. So I widthened the back piece and I widthened the sleeves, which cost more yarn. So it's not totally illogical that I bought an extra ball compared to what the pattern said I needed. And I have about, let's say, half a ball left. So that's, yeah, that seems not too illogical actually. I would probably need to have something between 2 and 4 balls to make the front panels. I'm unsure if 1 ball is enough. Maybe 1.5 could be enough, but I'd rather than have 4. And then if I have a ball too many, I'll figure out something to use the yarn for, right? So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'll be happy to hear your input on that account. But the really good thing is obviously that, hello, it's sort of finished, right? Which means that I get to choose a new drops pattern for my drops yarns to make new projects with. And I have a poll running on my community tab that is for my members to choose and vote, where I do believe 5 possible drops projects that I should choose as my next project. Right now there's a tie between 2 projects. If you are a member of my channel, head over and give me a vote. If there is still a tie, next weekend I will probably have a live, and then we will decide together during that live if there is still a tie between 2 projects, because then I will take those 2 projects and I will say we need to choose between the 2. So yeah, if you're a member of my channel, or if you aren't yet, but do get a membership by watching this video because I think that would be cool. Head in and influence me to what project from my drops that I should make next. And we all know how much I just quote unquote love drops patterns because they tend to frustrate me a bit. Yeah, so we talk about the projects in chronological order, which both is fitting in the sense of, normally I say this is our finished objects, and then we go to the projects that I have done chronologically as when I started them, etc. But the Oasis Cardigan is both a finished project, but also the project that I started on first. Well, it's sort of finished. I'm considering it finished right now until I find out if I want to add the front panels. If I want to add them, then I will take that as my next project from drops after finishing the one we are going to decide on this coming week. But after that, I started working on the Mosiac blanket, which is a Mosiac blanket named Fleur. Fleur is designed by Anke Wintermans. Anke Wintermans is a Dutch Mosiac designer. You can find her patterns on Ravelry, amongst places. I have a link to the pattern of this. Of course, I have a link to all the patterns which I'm making here down in the description box below. At least for those that are patterns for. Valid to say, for those that are patterns for. But Fleur is one of those I have patterns for. I do believe the pattern is about 10 euros, a bit less, €9.95 or something like that. I am using Stylecraft Special DK for this with a 4mm crochet hook. So here is the yarn label for the yarn that I'm using, Stylecraft Special DK. It is 100% premium acrylic yarn, which is 100 grams skein, so 3.5 ounce skeins to about 295 meters. So that's pretty close to 300 meters of yarn. So that's like 320, 30-ish yards. I am at row 31. I made it to row 30 last yarn tool video, and since last yarn tool video I reached to make another row, so we are now at row 31. Not that far, we are just about 16 rows short, and I will have to change color. That is the background color that I will be changing, so the burgundy color that you can see here will go in and it will become red. Until then, I'm just keeping working with both yarns. Both of the yarns are attached. The cream color here, the cream white, is the front color, and I will be using that color throughout the whole project until finished. I have intentionally stitch markers in each corner. It's for me to easily keep track of which stitches are my corner stitches. It's just personal reference for me to make it easier, nothing else. But yeah, that's where we are at. And as you can see, we are preparing for the next pieces. It is definitely starting to look nicer and nicer. On the back side, you can see actually the negative image of it, though slightly not so clear as the front side, of course, but it's looking quite nice for the Overlay Mosiac, which we're doing, working in the round. You can see here that I'm carrying the yarn. You will always have that. If you don't like this, you can of course always pad it or make a lining of another type of material, like a piece of cloth or fleece or whatnot, if you would want that. So you just have this a clean pattern on the front. Yeah, I'm working with this, and I am definitely looking forward to get closer to done. And these are the yarns that I'm working with. I have them currently in my crate, but I am getting yarn holders. I've decided to try yarn holders so I can have a double yarn holder, place one on each, to have them tangle less and jump less around when I'm working with them. That should hopefully help me working this project, having, I wouldn't say fewer issues, but at least it would make it easier for me to keep track of the yarn. I think that would be the best explanation. So we are at row 31 out of 129. I started the project on, I don't remember if it was New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, but in that weekend when we had New Year 2023, 2024. It's almost half a year later. I realized that, and I realized that it's not that far, but also I don't get to work on it every week. And when I do, I might only have time for a round, or sometimes not at all, etc. And sometimes I have time for a few, but I'm absolutely fine with it. It's a project that I know is going to be in my project drawer for a while, at least as long as my current work-life situation is what it is. I'm just working on it when I feel the need, also because it's a project where I need to sit at the table due to easier keeping track of everything. I have the pattern on my screen, and it's just easier when I'm sitting at a table. So that's basically why that's happening and going on. Let's see, what do we else have? We have, of course, the Firefly sweater. The Firefly is a free pattern from Hobbii. I am using the Lamy Yarns Soft Sensation, which is a yarn that consists of, I think it's 74 or 76% acrylic, and then it's 26 or 24% polyamide. And the yarn itself then ends up looking a bit like mohair styled, as you can see here. Slightly ever so mohairish feel. Quite thin yarns. And I work them by holding them double in the project. And I'm currently working on the back panel because the front panel I have already finished. So here we have a front panel for the sweater. And just quick feeling, it should fit. Should fit, but I should maybe have added 1 or 2 rows in hindsight. Or it's a really good reason for dropping a few kilos or pounds, and then would fit perfectly. Which is a summer project of mine, eternal project. It's a woman thing, and talking about weights in general, let's face it, losing weight as a woman gets more difficult the older we get, unless there is something wrong. I am keeping track, let's see, of this, and I just finished the neck piece, which basically is that I now need to make 15 rows of double crochets, and then the back panel is finished. I'm not gonna, because I'm gonna like, it's gonna be, so it's just, it just takes out, so you have a little bit of a room for your neck. It's not very good for the front piece, of course, because that is the human nature, but that will be the back piece. Once that's complete, the front piece is complete, I will need to make 2 sleeves, and then sew it all together. Let's see, I will also try to do like this. Should fit approximately like that, except it's not very easy due to, like that. That was better. That's kinda the begin phase of it. I'm happy. I work on this during my morning lives, which means that I do just a couple of rows a week. And the reason for choosing this is it's just double crochets all the way, so it is very easy to work on during a morning live, which I'm trying to do once a week. Last yarn talk video is 2 weeks ago because I was unfortunately sick. I am back on track. Hey! But that meant also that 2 weeks ago I had to cancel my morning live, but I went live this week Wednesday, and I did the 2 rows where I increased the 2 rows of increases here. So now I'm just ready to do 15 rows of double crochets. The only thing I need to do, and I think I might do that before next live, is I need to weave in 2 ends for the blue and the green when I change the yarns. And I think that would be nice to do before then, because honestly weaving in ends is not very interesting, and then it's done. So yeah, I'm probably going to weave in those ends because then I have done it and don't need to think further about it. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan right now. I need to do a bunch of double crochets, 15 rows to be exact, and then the back panel is complete, and I need to look into making the sleeves. It's supposed to actually be a bit of like an oversized, but I can see now I might need to block this. That could stretch it a bit to get more the fit that's described. What I did, which is not in the pattern, is that I increased the length at the bottom part because I'm not really into crop tops. But that's kind of the main difference. And then, of course, that I'm using a different yarn. I did swatch it. And with the swatching, that was including blocking, which means that I may have to block these pieces to get closer to the same result. And they are not blocked yet. So that's probably a thing I need to do as well before assembly. But yeah. To continue, the next project that I started is the DarjeelingTea Shawl. And the DarjeelingTea Shawl is working up really, really nicely. I am working with the Linde Hobby Soft Cakes, which is 50% acrylic, 50% cotton. They recommend, I do believe, 2.5 to 3 millimeter crochet hook. I'm using a 3.25 millimeter hook, and I decided to do so because I have a slight tighter crochet tension than most, and I swatched and it looks pretty nice with the swatch. Like swatched it. I did a couple of rows of double crochets just to see how it would work up. And then I frocked it and started on the shawl. That's the short version of it. Working up really nicely. It is a red to salmon pink color. I really enjoy working this pattern. I have to admit, I really enjoy that. And it's definitely not my last DarjeelingTea Shawl. I'm not complete yet, but if I'm not wrong, I only have a couple of rows left. I have like 2 or 3 rows, at best maybe 4, including border. So that is nice. The crochet hook, of course. This is the yarn I have left, so there's not much on this cake left. The soft cake, and it is the colorway 4. They name it Crocodile, but I think it's a wrong name. I think it's probably a factory fault, because there's not much crocodile in this unless we're thinking about meat. As you can see, we are in the slight, ever so darker salmony color or peachy color, and we are heading into the lighter pinks, peachy pinks. And yeah, let's see if I can. I should almost get out and stand for this because you could see it better. I could. Let's see, that is the front side. I just need to make sure I also show you the right side, right? It's actually slowly getting so big that I can barely hold it. I'm going to unwind a little bit of yarn. I'm gonna get up for you guys again, because you can easier see this and a bit further back, stretching my arms. You can actually maybe see it like this. I don't need to fully get up. Isn't this gorgeous? I think it is so very gorgeous. I'm looking forward to get it on the blocking mats as well, because then you can really see how the intricate pattern comes out. You have all these front post and back posts that helped kind of giving some texture to this. It's really gorgeous. Let's see. This would be the center. Yeah, I'm looking forward for having this one complete for sure. This is going to be such a gorgeous piece once it's blocked. And it's been a pleasure working with this yarn also. So yeah, not disappointed. Sometimes they have some really good deals as well from Linde Hobby on these cakes. And I do have more of those cakes upstairs in my stash. I went through those once in a Sort My Stash 2024 series video, where also that I went through that before I started on this project. I have a few more laying, and maybe I want to use one for my next project as well from RedTeapotAtelier. She has a few patterns still that I need to try out, and maybe I will let you help choose which pattern will be the next one. But right now, that is not really of the essence. This is a bit for this one to be finished. So in July, I will probably begin on a new one. I'm also getting closer and closer towards the end of my TV couch project, which is the Virus Shawl, which is the next project that I started on. And once, probably, I don't know which of these two shawls will be done first. and that's not important. But once they're done, I will start on a new project, a new shawl project, which I plan to have as a TV project, which basically means that it's a project that I can crochet on when I'm watching TV series with my partner or something like that, or in the car and whatnot. So an easy mindless project where I don't need to constantly look at the pattern. I already planned that one out, and therefore I'll show you the yarn for that in just a bit, because we just have 2 more projects to talk about first. And whenever I finish the first of those 2 shawls, if that's a Darjeeling or if it's the Virus Shawl, which I have here, it's not relevant. But once that's done, I will start on the other project, so that is ready, because I do need to do like 6 to 12 rows to kind of get it started, and then it's reasonably mindless. So I just need to make sure it's kind of gotten started, and then the rest should be fine. 3.75mm crochet hook, which is also an F hook, is what I'm using for my Virus Shawl, which I am working up in the Stenli Candy yarn. The Stenli Candy is 100% soft cotton yarn. It's a cake yarn. It works as up to 280 grams to 900 meters. 280 grams is like 9 point some odd ounces. To 900 meters. 900 meters is probably like 980-ish yards. And this is how much I have left. Right now I have this sort of peach melba color, and then I have this brighter peach in the center. That is what's left of this. What I'm going to do now to ensure it's going to be fine is that I will weigh up this yarn, because I am actually at the end of a 4-row repeat. I will weigh up this yarn. I will write down how much grams there's left. Once I've done another 4 rows of repeat, I will weigh the yarn again to calculate if I will likely or likely not have enough to do another 4 rows. I do know the next repeat will be slightly ever so bigger, but it should just be a few grams. It's just to make sure that I don't end up not being able to complete the pattern, setting plain yarn check, and then I'd rather keep over any leftover yarns, because I'm a chicken like that. The Virus Shawl is this, some call it the owl pattern. It does look a bit like owl eyes in the center. This is where we are right now. It is a gorgeous, and I like the shades of it. This is also one that's gonna be looking so much better once it's blocked. And as I said, I only have these 2 color changes left on the skein. And I actually just changed, not that far away, halfway somewhere, I went into this. So I still have a few rows left of this. I probably have like, I'm estimating 2 repeats left, but I don't know yet. As I said, what I do when I want to make sure that I have enough yarn to do a project or do another round is usually repeats. I tend to weigh up the yarn to make sure how many repeats I have left. And once that's done, then eventually it's complete, and I will block it, and we will see what's going to happen with this. Could become a present. It could be that I will sell it. That is completely undecided the future of. But quite happy how that turned out. I need to make sure that I keep track of my crochet hooks, because I tend to have a crochet hook with these projects. I have the projects in project crates like this, as long as possible, and then it's nice to keep the hooks together with the project crates. Yeah, then I had a poll on my community tab if we should use pink velvet chenille yarns or light blue, so baby pink or light pink, or baby blue, light blue chenille yarns for my next amigurumi project. The votes yesterday, I had 36 votes, and it's definitely favored light pink. And now at the moment of recording this video, I have 37 votes, and it says 59% voting for pink and 41% for light blue. So I have actually taken the liberty yesterday to start on the first project that I want to make, which is the Snugglephant, which is a Hobbii pattern with some light chenille yarns. I have exactly those yarns in my stash, so that's why it was totally logic to use. Result of the poll is up here, and that is at the moment of this video. And I thought last night, when it was about 60-40 and the amount of votes, the likelihood that it will change overnight is very slim. Therefore, I decided just to start it because people seem to favor the lighter pink rather than the lighter blue. I am actually gonna make a version of both. So it's just a question of which I had to start first. So here we have it. As you can see, I started it already. It's a little bit funky, snuggly, and we are finished with the trunk, which could also be like a very pointy witch's hats or something else. I'm at a point where I need to fill the trunk a little bit and add some eyes before continuing with the remainder of the head. Then you decrease, and then you don't close it off, but you like fill the rest, and then you will continue again increasing, so you kind of get the body. But yeah, so we have the trunk at least, which is this. So that's how far we are. I have some 16 millimeters safety eyes, and I think I have two. Actually, I do have 3 options if I really wanted to, but I have 2 options that I've considered for the back eyes, and I do have some eyes with backings, which basically means it's a bit more than just a safety eye. There is colors as to the backings. I have one that's this sort of more like purple, and then I have a bright pink version here, or light pink version here. And of course, it would be a question of, now they are not going to sit at this location, they actually have to go further down, but I am going to do like this to give you an idea of the options, which to do. I was considering the purple because it kind of pops out a little bit more, where this light pink almost kind of disappears in it. The purple is slightly ever so more visible when matched up compared to the pink here. It's a little bit more only ever so slight present. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna work with the purples. That's working up nicely. It seems odd. What I could consider actually is I could consider them with the silver backing, because I also have the silver version. Also have blue, but the blue I obviously want to keep for the light blue Snugglephant. I could consider a Snugglephant with silver eyes actually. That's not too bad either. But then somehow this seems more suitable. So that's probably where we're heading to the purple version. Yeah, that's basically where we are at. The very last thing that I want to discuss, and before we go into that topic, if you haven't done it yet, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That's just down below. Hit that like button as well when you're at it, especially if you do enjoy yarn talk videos, because thank you as well for, as always, for watching this video, especially if you've reached it so far. That means that you really like yarn and like talking about my projects, or at least listening to me rambling on about my projects. But as I said, the very last thing that I really want to discuss is a new project that I want to start. The Snugglephant is just a simple amigurumi project. I have that linked also to the pattern down below. It is a free pattern, and I think it's very cute. So yeah, that's one of the reasons that obviously that I'm working on, because I think it's cute. And sometimes it's just nice to make an amigurumi just for doing something else, something different. And I do enjoy working amigurumis up in the velvet yarns. They are more comfortable to work with compared to when you make the cotton yarn amigurumis. They are a little bit more hard on my fingers, I do admit that. No. So this shawl that I want to start on, and that shawl, no matter if it's the DarjeelingTea Shawl or the Virus Shawl that I finish first, which I don't know yet because that obviously depends on so many things. But no matter if it's one or the other, I will make an Ichor shawl. Ichor shawl I made around Christmas. That was actually the Christmas shawl I made. So if you have been with my channel, I've been an avid watcher since Christmas, you remember the Ichor shawl. The Ichor shawl is a shawl that is a rectangular shawl in the length. And it's worked up as a 6-row repeat. And it looks like small Christmas trees. I have a few short videos where you can see the Ichor shawl as well displayed in the Christmas colors with the Hobbii universe. But I thought that the Ichor shawl is also very good to be used just for a cotton shawl. That doesn't need to be the universe yarn. And this would be the similar to Hobbie's Cotton King's Sultan Deluxe, though this is a yarn art rose garden cake, and I think it's absolutely perfect for the Christmas trees or the trees or pine trees, because what I want to do is I want to make it for this cake. Then I want to start from the bottom with where the trunks are, so to say, with the brown, and then finish up towards the center. So I will work from the outer side of the cake towards the center of the cake. And I will just make one big long row of trees in this absolutely gorgeous color. I think that would be gorgeous. At least that's my idea. It's a lovely feeling yarn, and yes, comparing them to Sultan Deluxe from Hobbii Cotton Kings, I think there are 99% sure they're the same. 99.999. That, my friends, I had a video of where when I was going through my rose garden, yarn art rose garden and Hobbie's Cotton Kings Sultan Deluxe collection. I will link to that review, or going through sorting my stash, at the very end of this video. That seems to make really good sense doing so. Yarn art rose garden. It is a 250 gram cake, so 8.5 ounces to 1,000 meters, which is 1,093 yards, 100% cotton. You need 1 for a shawl, you need 2 for a medium-sized sweater. They classify it as a fine weight yarn. Recommending 3mm crochet hook. That's probably also what I will be using, which is also what the pattern for the other is using. So that's actually just perfect like that. Can be washed at 40 degrees Celsius, so that's 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Iron at low, lay flat to dry, can be dry cleaned. Do not tumble dry, do not bleach. That's it, basically. And it's a colorway 322 for those that's interested in, from the Yarn Art Rose Garden collection. So that's the next project I will start on, because I remember the 6-row repeat when I was doing that for the with the Hobbii Universe yarns for the Christmas scarf. After a few repeats of those, it was really easy, and I didn't really need to think too much. I was just doing the rows without having to look at a pattern, which is the perfect project for something behind the couch. And I want to get through the very dark here first, the darker brown, because it's a bit difficult, more difficult to see in the evening, unless you have a neck lamp or more lights for it. So that's the plan. Once I finish, whichever of these two I finish first, I will start on this, and then that will take over that project crate. And will be laying as my next TV project. So if I finish the DarjeelingTea Shawl first, I will start on it, but I won't be working on it until I'm done with the Virus Shawl, because the Virus Shawl is kind of what I'm mainly working on behind the TV right now, but that's the plans. That's it for now. This ended up being a little bit longer yarn talk video than planned and expected, but of course it's not on logic, as last week's we had to skip it due to unforeseen circumstances with my health. Luckily, I am back and I'm happy and I'm healthy, and it was an absolute pleasure sharing my yarny adventures since last time with you guys at this time. I'm looking forward for seeing you again next week. On Monday, we have a new Sort My Stash 2024 video edition. And that is some more novelty yarns from like Lana Grossa, Katia, Rico Designs. What else do I have? Scheepjes, there's a few as well, not many. But yeah, I think most of the yarns are actually Lana Grossa. Absolutely gorgeous yarns, looking forward for you to see them. I hope and expect to be back on Wednesday with another morning crochet talk, morning tea and crochet talk live. Then Friday, of course, yarn talk video, and probably this weekend I might go live once or twice. So maybe Friday and Saturday I'll go live. Because I'll be home alone and I have time to crochet and hang out with you guys. So I might actually do that and see you then next week for a live or two. Until then, I'm going to say happy crafting and take care until I see you again. Bye.